and welcome to the Peanut Bubber Channel. And this is another installment in the series, The Legend of Korra, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Book 3, Change. We sound out of breath, but not for the same reason as last time, whereas Book 2 sucked the life out of us. Could you not?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Book 3 sucked the air out of our lungs.
Book 2 sucked the air out of our lungs.
But in a good way.
That and I'm on a food coma.
What a season. Right, guys?
Correct.
I know, Isaiah, this is your personal favorite season.
Yes.
So I think I will let you take it away to start the discussion as for what's good about the season.
All right, thank you. I really like the season because I felt that a lot of things did change from the previous two seasons. It was a lot more intense. It had a lot more, like the action scenes were just way over the top, but not in a bad way.
Whereas
they were really reminiscent of like Bruce Lee. Yeah. Well, I saw like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan style fighting with like flips and kicks and all this cool stuff. And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I saw a little improvement in the like aesthetic part of it, like the color, animation, lighting.
Yeah, like they fixed a bit of the animation problems
that
were kind of present in season 2.
Yeah, whereas season 2 kind of looked really flat. This one was very bright and vibrant. Not quite up to par with season 1, I'd say.
No.
But still a major improvement because season 1 was almost motion picture quality.
Yeah, it really looked like it would have been worthy for the big screen.
Yeah, but oh man. That's not taking away anything from this, though. This season was beautifully
They definitely
animated.
made it work with the fighting sequences. And,
It
looks kind of like they kind of focused a lot. They're like they put a real great deal on the fighting sequences during the season.
Yeah,
and you kind of like the whole, I guess, nuisances from the animation. Not really nuisances, but nuances. I'm sorry.
Is that
illiterate?
Are you trying to like nuisances as in what was bad, or like nuances?
Nuance.
Is it like nuances?
No, I'm just saying they're not. You kind of ignore them.
So okay, no, you were right.
Through the fighting sequences, you don't really pay attention to them because they're just that good.
Yeah, you didn't really watch season 2 for the fighting.
Yeah, season 2.
I watched it to take my life away.
Yeah,
yeah. Season 2 didn't have any good fighting thing, but this isn't about season 2.
Yeah, the most solid part of the show, I would have to say, is the Red Lotus.
The new villains.
Oh, we haven't really said the good yet, but yeah, right now we're
did you? Have Isaiah take it away?
Animation.
All right.
So yeah, great villains this season. Phenomenal villains. Whereas I will always swear my life to the Equalists and Amon for book 1, as they are my personal favorites villains in the series. I will not try and argue if you tell me that Zahir is the best Avatar villain. I won't try and argue that.
Yeah, Zahir really. What I really liked about him is that he was anti-Tenzin. Like that's the way I saw it. He was evil Tenzin. That's kind of what.
Or evil Aang, I guess I would say.
Kind of evil Aang, but evil Tenzin in the way that they can only airbend.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's not really a spoiler. It's kind of really the premise of the show.
Yeah, the premise of the show. Yeah.
And the thing I really liked about this book is that it made book 2 relevant again. Because without book 2, book 3 wouldn't have happened. Because they wouldn't have had gotten from point A to point B. It could have been done. Like
the only connection was that the Red Lotus had a small connection with
harmonic convergence.
Well, it was harmonic convergence that set everything in motion. The Air Nation coming back because they're getting his powers and then getting the Red Lotus out of prison.
And then there was another small connection to another villain, but we won't say that. We won't spoil who that is, even though it's
kind of
Who really cares? But in a weird way. So yeah, my only gripe with the villains is that they were just whereas Amon had a goal to make the world to spread equality, and even as much as I think he was a poor villain, Unalaq was really spiritual, and it brought forth the themes of spirituality versus secularism. Mm-hmm. And the Red Lotus, I feel, and I'm not going to say this is by no means bad, but they were in a sense just jerks. Like they were just spreading chaos, anarchy. The Red Lotus.
Okay. Yeah, that was really just.
But the thing, it wasn't. It had purpose though.
Yeah, it had purpose.
This is the reason. This is one of the things why I really admired these new villains, because just like, just like the villain from what's his name, Unalak.
From book 2.
Yeah. I mean, even though he still had purpose, this kind of
he was boring.
Yeah, it's boring. Okay, so it kind of brought back the whole that Amon essence, where when you saw these characters, they were really menacing, and going into the purpose, looking into book 3, we see a lot of the politicalness that comes in book 1. So we kind of get to revisit that in a sense.
A lot of the themes from book 1 make a return, not in the same way, but they're there in spirit and almost
the same messages.
The same message is there. This time it's not so much about like it still is like the whole like
it's the
upper class lower class thing, but whereas I would say the equalist movement drew more like comparisons to Occupy Wall Street. Mm-hmm. The whole situation in the Earth Kingdom regarding top class versus lower class was reminiscent of North Korea. We made that comparison, and it's a very valid comparison
and
to
then,
make.
The whole Zahir solution being, and it's kind of, this is not really a mystery or something you have to look for, but he like straight up labels himself as an anarchist.
Yeah,
and that's just like no surprise of like how.
Yeah, whereas you can try and like pinpoint what Amon is, like communism, conservatism for Unalak. I think it's very clear what Zahir is, an anarchist. Very Bakunin in his philosophies.
Yeah, his philosophy and his character design was just really why I liked him. Because, like, when I first heard him speak, his voice, Henry Rollins did a great job on it, by the way.
Yeah, the voice actor was really good.
Yeah,
I feel his voice actor didn't really fit him at first, but you get used to it.
Yeah, like, once he shaves his head.
Well, definitely, yeah, once his appearance takes a little bit of a change, it fits.
And small fun fact: if you look up Henry Rollins' background, he's usually always playing anarchists.
yeah. Like you ever see Batman Beyond?
No.
He was.
Oh yeah, but I'm not too.
You don't remember. Can't remember. You don't remember this one villain named Mad Stan?
No.
He was just like, he was a joke villain. Like he only would ever like make like split-second appearances, and he would blow things up. And so his phrase was "blow it all up," and that was here. that was his.
Yeah, and he's also been in Sons of Anarchy, which is, anarchy is in the name, and he was also in that band Black Flag, which is
Okay, like getting back on track. Character designs, especially on these villains, just wow.
And just the things they can do is really like terrifying. Like, I really felt like these villains brought back that like menacing aura that Amon had. Every time they came on, I was like, ooh.
I don't feel it was in the same sense because I have a minor gripe with the villains, but I do agree that their designs definitely made them incredibly unique, and they were very interesting.
And it's just
watch.
Completely reflective of their style of fighting, especially the waterbender. You will see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but it's just, that's something that kind of really amazed me, and like, it's kind of like you start seeing a lot of these different ways that bending, these new techniques that we've never really seen before. Yeah. So. They finally get to make an appearance with these new villains.
All right, so moving on from the villains, even though we can probably spend an entire podcast talking about that one. What else? Another thing I want to like talk about for good was I love the fact that relationships, unlike in the last 2 seasons, don't consume this season. Like it's not at the forefront. It's there. Yeah. But it's either one of two things. It's either not important or it's subtle.
Yeah, and
let's just keep the Twilight out of the series, please.
Yeah, not like that. Subtlety wasn't the strongest suit of the past 2 seasons.
And it's just, like going back to that, it's just like, it's really simple. Like, I know with the innocence between the two, with Jinora and
Kai.
It's just really, like, there's nothing to it.
Puppy love,
Yeah, it's puppy love. So.
And there's
Zahir and
which was really good because two of the villains have a little romance going on too, and it wasn't like annoying.
It was surprising. Really, like they mentioned it that like there was feelings there, but it was never really explored, and I like that.
It wasn't really explored until like one episode.
What about that other one?
Towards the end. Even then, it wasn't the forefront.
It was like,
but you can tell the feelings were there, and you knew, like.
Yeah. And even with the other relationship, Bolin and I don't know if I can Opal.
Yeah, you can say Opal. Go ahead.
Yeah, Bolin and Opal. I felt it was kind of more organic because they are older, but it wasn't forced. Like it wasn't. Like
it wasn't a Korra Mako. It wasn't a Korra Mako experience.
It still seems sudden to me, but
what?
I forgive it.
Well, I would agree with Isaiah. It wasn't that much. I mean,
no, I don't think it's like it was forced down our throats. I just think it it happened really fast.
Yeah, but when they talked stuff out and they were there for each other, supported each other, it felt really organic.
Yeah, but one thing like I actually like about that was like it wasn't a huge focus.
Yeah,
like in the past few seasons, it was just there.
It was like if they did mention it, it was 30 seconds each episode.
Yeah.
If it was even there at all, and I really like that because it was really it was underneath all the good stuff.
And like not so much talking about romantic relationships, but in terms of like relationships between like just the characters, we got to see a bigger brother dynamic between
sibling dynamic.
There's
dynamic. More than just Mako and
that's right. Sibling dynamic between Mako and Bolin. It's so good to see Mako and then not hate his guts.
Yeah,
every time he's on screen.
Like he finally stood his ground and just
he was finally a worthwhile character.
I really, really like that scene where they reunite with their family. I felt it was really powerful, and I teared up a bit when Mako gave her the scarf because it really proved his growth. Because in book 1 he was like, "Don't touch the scarf, I'll kill you." And now he's like this was your son's. It means a lot to me, but you should have it.
And like you can also get the feeling of like that huge gap that kind of happened between. When they were little and like how much they've grown up because their family just had no idea what was really going on with Mako and Bolin.
And we get like a little sneak peek as his parents. Yeah. And then you're right, there was another sibling dynamic that like I don't know how I forgot about it, but it was really important to the show. We meet the Beifong sisters. Well, we already knew Lin. We already knew Lin.
I actually had no idea she had a sister, so I was like,
nobody really knew before.
Yeah.
And so
it was I think it was Sue and Lin.
Yeah, Sue and Lin. Like that dynamic was really good too. It gave us one of the stronger episodes I feel in the season.
Which I mentioned. I will have one gripe that I briefly mentioned to Jalen, but I will briefly mention it in a bit. Huh?
I think I know what this gripe is, and.
Well, I'll save it for. I mean, it's not something too bad.
Okay.
But it's just okay. Well, like
because I have another relationship I want to touch upon.
Huh? Okay, go ahead. Well, I mean, I'll save it.
Well, not so much relationship, but dynamic. Okay, so the past 2 seasons, what did Asami really do? Really, aside from being perfect off somewhere to the side. She was really sidelined in season 2. I forgot
to lose everything that ever mattered to her.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so it was really refreshing.
I believe in this one. I don't want to say she's sidelined, but
she was sidelined in season 2 hardcore.
Yeah. No, I'm saying in season 3, I don't know. There's just like brief.
No, in season 3, I think she really like. That was
contributed.
It was almost the Korra and Asami show.
Oh, okay, I got that.
I really enjoyed the dynamic between the two characters. They didn't like. It's weird. Like
they were literally bros. They didn't handle.
Yeah.
Like that myth where it's like, oh, guys get along so easy and this and this and that, or like Mako's a drama queen. Korra and them are just like, yeah, it happened. So what?
Yeah. And that's what I love about it. They were able to connect over their ex-boyfriend and make fun of him, and it was just a really fun relationship to watch grow. Like with the first episode, like she's teaching her how to drive.
I can't believe I didn't catch that. I don't know why I thought she was.
And it was
I guess it's because usually when they're fighting, they don't show much of her.
Oh, but I really like watching her fight though.
Yeah, and she did get a couple of really cool moments in the fights here.
The acrobatics and things like that.
So yeah, it's just really impressive to watch.
Yeah, bringing Asami to the forefront was one of the stronger points in this season. I feel like I said, I really enjoyed watching the Korra Asami dynamic grow and it's interesting because. They went from like being rivals in a sense, like the Betty and Veronica to Mako's Archie, to being best buds.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like I don't know if you noticed, but she watched over Korra's body when she was in the spirit.
Yeah, I saw that.
She probably did stuff to it.
Shut up.
They're hood sisters.
Yeah.
They're protecting the hood.
Well, okay, so on the subject of Korra, I think we can all agree that the homegirl is back.
Yes, she is such a good character in this season. She is not annoying. She grew up.
Yeah, she grew up.
She grew up so much.
Like that first scene where she's trying to negotiate that new airbender down.
Yeah. And
I thought that was a touching moment too. Like, you know, the whole excessive force, and especially for her character. Like normally you would think that she'd be completely annoyed.
It shows how much she's grown, and like later on when she's being taught a new technique, she's more receptive than she was with that. She's more receptive to that than she was with airbending.
I don't think that's a major spoiler to say what she was learning. I mean,
it still caught me by surprise.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Korra was a really enjoyable character in the show, and like,
and let me just say, like, that ending,
Avatar material.
Yeah, and let me just say, because of that character development, the ending kind of hits you hard as well.
Oh,
because of that, like how much she grew up, and then just what ends up happening. Which, I mean, once you get into the series, you will soon see. But yeah, it does hit you hard. I mean, I was really confused as well, and I had to even like consult Jalen as to why like
that happened, why that scene happened, and I it was really. So that's going to go into the good for me, too. We don't have an ending that's complete garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a finale that, whereas, like...
It wasn't rushed.
It wasn't rushed. Like, in Season 1, had a really strong season up until that finale. Season 2 had a really weak season with a really weak finale. Then Season 3 kept that momentum.
It just delivered.
It delivered. It delivered on all fronts. It was just...
It left me with a poker face.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing finale. Awesome action. You weren't let down.
No.
Almost all of the characters.
Everyone gets to do something.
Yeah, they were all really good. I can't, like, off the top of my head, I can't name a character that was weak. I liked Kai. I liked the.
And just briefly, I just want to briefly like talk about each one, but not too much. Okay, so Kai, I love that it's kind of reflective of like the Mako and Bolin growing up, and just kind of revisiting that, and like how cool. Even though they were kind of shady of him, they could understand, you know, where this kid's coming from, and like I really like that in the character. And then obviously we get to see this level of redemption and like kind of him belonging really to the family now.
Yeah, he definitely grows up over the course of the season.
And, like, he has a lot of cool scenes, and especially like when the baby bison were captured, and he's just going off on that guy at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you really get to see his skill level, because he was always kind of talented at airbending, because he picked it up really quick. Mm-hmm. I like his character.
Yeah, like, this season was just firing on all cylinders. Like, everyone got their chance to shine. Really strong character development for a lot of the characters, especially for Lin, I feel.
Yeah.
Lin got a lot of character development.
Lin and the Bayfongs. I really like
that. Was a really great part of this season, was learning about the Bayfongs.
Just a minor good for me. There's one character, and I just had to Google him right now because I forgot his name. John Hader. Or John Hader. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's going in the.
I hope you guys noticed this, because this was a really enjoyable.
It's hard to miss. It is hard to miss.
That voice and that whole character.
Just keep a look up for that. That was really
another thing I want to say. And I don't know if this breaks the rules a bit, but like I do feel it is a huge strength of this season in particular. It nicely sets up the next season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There are a lot of
that's one thing where some of us are still waiting to see.
The subtle nuances that they put in there, like kind of foreshadowing.
Like even like especially if you go back after watching season 4 and you watch this season, you notice a lot.
Like
you notice a lot.
Like whoa, I didn't even remember.
Yeah, me either. It's insane that character was that character.
Yeah.
But even if you haven't seen book 4, just going by the ending, you'll hear that I was almost about to spoil, but just going by the ending, they leave a lot of loose ends opened up.
Yeah, I really like that it didn't close off.
Yeah, it's not self-contained. This book fixes my biggest gripe with the other books, is that they were too self-contained. This is not self-contained at all. They know they have another season, and they're using that to their advantage.
Yeah.
So what else do we got?
What else was good? I really liked seeing
there was just so much that was good.
The Air Nation was really cool.
And we really hope we're not skipping anything on
seeing the people that are mostly Earth Nation, as I noticed, that were becoming air nomads, seeing their transitioning.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, and you really get to see that like it is a totally different lifestyle they're trying to go for. Mm-hmm. And just a lot of characters grow, like Boomy.
And even the characters who don't join the new Air Nation, you understand the reasons for not joining it.
Oh, like, okay, yeah, so that is one thing that I really did enjoy as well. And also you get to see this frustration or this kind of, like, type of thinking that Tenzin had to go through.
Yeah,
because, like,
poor Tenzin.
This guy is, like, someone who's completely... And they kind of say, you know... You're rebuilding an entire culture.
Entire civilization.
And, you know, you kind of see this interaction between, like, the desperation of, like, Tenzin
just keep that alive. But the thing, another thing is, like, that makes it harder on him. That is a dead culture.
Yeah. He already had that on his shoulders.
He had that on his shoulder. But it's a dead culture. There's no way that you can bring it back to what it was.
So you kind of see that struggle with him trying to inflict all these old type of what do you say, rituals.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, that was 100 and some years ago. Like, it's not gonna catch on.
Like, it literally went from 1 airbender to 5 within 200 years.
Yeah.
Okay. You're talking about Tenzin's generations.
Okay.
And then even in Aang's kids, you only had 1 airbender. So that must have been kind of hard for him, especially considering that one of his kids is non-bender.
That's kind of revisiting what Book 2 kind of established, where it's like, you know, he wasn't the greatest of fathers, and even
the family dynamic.
Like, it goes back to the desperation that kind of Tenzin had. It's where, you know, Aang was so focused on rebuilding this culture, and, you know, we get to kind of see that in Book 3 again.
Yeah, he really builds. He builds an island as an air temple. Like that. Yeah. That shows how much he wanted that back.
Yeah.
I never really thought about that either.
Pretty cool appearance from a Avatar: The Last Airbender character. Makes a pretty cool appearance that I know got us excited when we saw it.
Really cool appearance.
Really cool appearance.
And it's not a cameo either.
It's not a cameo either. It's an actual role. Ian.
What'd you think about the different bending styles?
I really liked the bending. I thought that was pretty cool.
And it was like,
you really, yeah.
Oh dang it!
I'll cut that out.
Glass bending.
Glass bending.
Well, that's what I was saying. Not to mention.
And then here I learned like other kinds of bending, like.
That way they could know like who was the one that was doing that.
Yeah. We see so many like. We see so many alternate styles come into play here. And I'm not gonna like spoil what alternate styles we see, but we said this earlier. Like, you see just how many different ways bending can be used, and that's what really makes these villains interesting.
Mind you, they were picking on me for trying to scientifically prove the different ways.
You do not try to take the fun out of
the different ways that you can use bending, and then one of them that just completely did not make sense to me. But I guess, you know, spiritualness and whatnot towards the end with the villain and whatnot.
I really like Zaofu.
Well, Zaofu was beautiful. Yeah, that's another thing. Another thing for the good. The environments. Whereas Book 2, I felt, had really boring environments. Book 3 made up for that with bringing us back to the Earth Kingdom from to Ba Sing Se from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it didn't change at all.
Yeah, it really didn't change. Like there's lights. That's about it.
The train is no longer just Earthbenders pushing a train, but still.
Like, it still looks the same. It's still raggedy. It's still the ghetto on the outer ring.
And compare that to Zaofu.
Yeah, everyone's living the life in
Zaofu. For reference, Zaofu is a new city that makes an appearance in this series, and it's all metal bending city.
It literally runs off metal bending. All the buildings are metal.
All the buildings are metal.
They have these giant domes.
Yeah, they have these giant metal domes.
And just like more like into the aestheticness, like it was really shiny.
It brought to mind almost the Wizard of Oz with the Emerald City.
Yeah, it has its own culture. That's what I really like about it. Like, it's all metal, and they even say that like they follow in Top's footsteps about achieving the best potential that you can possibly have.
Yeah, and then just the history behind the city too is just like enough. I mean, that's where we kind of get to experience the sibling rivalry kind of going on.
Yeah, we get that growth for both Lin and the Ta and the Beifong family in general. Yeah, so Zaofu was just this, like I said, it brought to mind the Emerald City. Really beautiful place. You saw like that train was really interesting. It didn't. I don't think it ran on metal bending, but it looked like it easily could have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Varric comes back.
Varric makes an appearance. More than welcome return.
Yeah. Like, he didn't really do anything, but
he didn't change a bit, so for me that's a good.
Yeah.
I'm not really gonna...
They didn't try to go to... I mean, Varric is his own character.
Varric's Varric. You can't... Another thing I really enjoyed about...
He's like the cabbage guy.
Wouldn't say that.
Well, the cabbage in this book he was.
Well, yeah, cabbages. My cabbages. Oh, yeah, another thing I was gonna say, where is last season, book 2 was really humor based. Mm-hmm. This one was very dark.
It was really threat. Like, I felt threats coming from left and right.
Yeah,
and just the whole dynamic of it. It really,
and not just from the villains. Like you kind of get. Yeah. I mean, going like I keep bringing it up, but I mean, it's just kind of. It got me hyped just seeing the sibling rivalry again, like just like even within their own group, they were kind of killing each other.
Yeah, and the thing is, despite that, it's not annoying.
Yeah,
it is not annoying. Whereas like usually like in book 2, where you did have like that whole like the group is at each other's throats, but it's not bad.
Yeah, like as much as they had the villains, they also had their inner struggles.
Yeah, their inner struggle.
And that's going back to character development again.
And I guess it's because it doesn't happen to our main team avatar this time.
Yeah. It's like the side characters.
Yeah, it's the side characters.
But like just as it still had the same effect either way.
Yeah, and it makes the characters that much more important, that much more human.
And I really enjoyed the sense of urgency coming back, because like there was something to do and it had to be done. If not, there would be big consequences. Like in book 2, the consequences were gigantic.
But it didn't. I didn't feel like
really,
it just felt like a minority.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really just felt like this cartoony villain, with his death ray, trying to blow up the sun, But in this one, it was really kind of. It wasn't realistic in the way that they did it, but the whole anarchy thing, taking down the world leaders.
It goes back to what I said about book 1, how it immediately after something big, it went small.
Yeah.
This was a personal threat.
Yeah.
This wasn't like, mwahaha, we're going to destroy the world. This was, mwahaha, we're going to destroy you.
Like, it was a threat that...
So we can destroy ourselves.
And instill chaos. And let go of our earthly tethers.
It was a threat that was small, but if they prevailed, it would have been gigantic. Because who would have stopped them?
And then like we said, there's just a lot of politicalness that kind of comes back. That's kind of touched on and not touched on, but pretty much is reflective of book 1. And like the philosophies, it's the same thing with Amon, where you see him as this menacing villain, yet watching it, you're like, yo, like he's not. He's really fighting, for a good cause, and we kind of get that same thing with Zahir's philosophies.
I didn't feel that too much from Zahir because
he was pretty
ultimately his whole ideal comes down to chaos.
I mean, it's anarchy. No one's gonna even though the word itself is menacing, but you can kind of see you have these oppressive leaders, and that's what he was trying to get rid of. Now.
Like he really.
I agree with that standpoint, but then the whole natural order. That's when it kind of.
Yeah, that's that's what drives him into villainous territory.
Yeah.
He really believed in what he was doing, and that's what I really liked.
Yeah, and of course you need that for a good villain. Like I said, when I say I don't find his the whole anarchy thing as sympathetic as Amon's equality thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't. That's not a jab to the character. I mean, it really isn't. It's just I'm just stating it how I see it. I mean, it doesn't detract from Zahir. Zahir's amazing. He's awesome. He's the bane of this franchise.
He looks like it.
Amon and Zahir really believed in what they were doing.
Yeah. That's why I personally think they'd be broke.
What's more scary is, mind you, these people had their bending had barely been...
No, just one of them. Just Zahir, he only barely got airbending.
Well, that's what
everyone else.
But everyone else was.
Everyone started. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He barely had his bending, and already this guy was like,
he's like a
wushu master of airbending.
And one thing I enjoyed too was the fact that it was just 4 people.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge organization like in the first book. It wasn't an entire nation like it was in the second book. This was just 4 people.
Like just 4 outcasts, and they like nobody could stop them.
That goes back to the whole like making the threat smaller, making it more personal.
Like when you really think about it, nobody ever stopped them. Like they sidetracked them and they derailed them, but nobody really got close to their power level. Like put them together, and they're pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah, that's exactly what one character said.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so do we go on to the bad? What would we?
Yeah, if we missed something, we're really sorry.
We're really sorry.
We're trying to. I mean, there's just so much.
There's like, or is like in book 2, there was a lot to complain about.
Yeah.
In this one, there's a lot to praise.
How'd you guys feel about the little conflict in the Earth Kingdom?
That we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Just kind of like the
North Korea,
like kidnapping the airbenders and stuff. I thought that was a pretty cool dynamic because I personally thought there was going to be a small war between the Air Nation.
Well,
and the Earth Kingdom.
We kind of talked about the whole oppressiveness and like pretty much, if you have this monarchy and whatever they say goes.
Yeah, and they brought up a good point. Yeah. Like it's not illegal what she's doing.
Yeah. So that's kind of that's what we were kind of touching about.
But I also like that it's not too big a point.
Yeah, and
in the series, because otherwise it would wind up like book 2 where you had so many things going on.
Yeah. And I like that one line from that bandit. It's like, you're on the wrong... He says, after Korra and Asami stop the bandits from taking the gold...
Yeah, you're on the wrong side.
Yeah, he says, you're on the wrong side of this fight, Avatar. That money belongs to the people.
And then she's like, I don't think he's wrong.
Yeah. And I really like that, because that really says a lot. And then the Earth Queen's complaining about they don't want to pay their high taxes.
Yeah.
Is it bad to think that I really loved her? I hated her so
much. We're gonna have to cut that out.
All right. So do we jump into bad?
Let's jump into bad, I guess.
I guess.
I think I'll start off because like it's just a minor nitpick, but like, what even was Opal's character?
A character.
Just a love interest.
Just a love interest, and that's kind of what bothers me. This show has so many strong female characters, and I guess that's what makes it just a nitpick. And Opal was
like you wish there was more to her.
Well,
that she wasn't necessary.
She was a huge plot device, though, because they wouldn't have gone to Zaofu if it wasn't for her.
I understand that. I understand, and I appreciate that.
Like she's just.
But she was just like fluttering her eyelashes at Bull, and what else?
And Bolin took it.
That's it. But like her whole existence as a character is getting them to Zaofu.
And like I said, like
I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think every character has to be like.
No, yeah, that's why I'm saying. I mean, look, we're in the bad.
Like I was glad that
we're in the bad.
We're talking about the bad about such an amazing season. I have to find something.
But I wouldn't say.
I'm looking for something in this perfection.
You're trying to metal bend.
Hopefully,
I'm trying to metal bend platinum here.
Looking for the 5 pieces of earth in the middle.
Okay, so Isaiah, something you would say was bad.
Oh wait, what's so? Okay, go ahead. Oh, perfect.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I'm thinking, man. This is hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you think that my bad was gonna be? Remember, I just mentioned something that it was just a minor nitpick that I thought someone deserved something. I don't know what. Because when I was gonna mention, I just wish. But I don't know if that's a spoiler.
I would count that as a spoiler.
Yeah, because it's really one of the strongest parts.
Yeah, so really. But I guess you can talk about that dynamic. Like, I'm not gonna cut that out. Like,
I mean, well, no, but I wouldn't consider that bad.
Yeah.
That's just one thing that I wished for her.
Right now, we're like trying to bend platinum here. We're looking for the little pieces of earth in there. Okay, like I said earlier, maybe. The Red Lotus was a bit too big. Okay, here's one. I got one. The other members of the Red Lotus, they didn't have as much development as Zahir. It was really just Zahir and his band of cronies.
Yeah.
And not so much like these 4 people.
I would have liked to see...
Just plotline wise, like they didn't really have too much to their stories. They were just kind of...
Yeah, they were just jerks.
Not taking anything away from them because they were...
Yeah, like I said, not taking anything away from them. But, like, ironically enough, they had more personality than Unalaq.
Yeah. Like, like I forgot his name. Gazan would crack jokes.
Yeah, Gazan would crack jokes. And there was like a little like will they won't they between him and the waterbender.
Yeah, and even like the firebender.
What were they called? Do you remember their names?
I remember
Gazan.
It's so hard to remember names.
Yeah,
Avatar.
I guess I can't remember the name of the waterbender. So
neither can I. I don't think they mentioned it as much.
No, I remember Gazan and Pili.
Gazan, please here. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. She was voiced by Azula. So
I would have really liked to see more of Young Zahir, or just any of Young Zahir, because I really wanna know how he fought without bending.
No,
I mean, I think it was just assumed that he was that. I mean, if you're in jail for 15 years,
13.
Without having, oh yeah, okay,
and,
but that's
and guess what?
Without having bending,
no, but you know what?
Pretty.
Did you see that prison they had for him? That was a Kung Fu Panda prison.
Yeah, I think was
the fact that they had to make that for an
I think that within itself could like show you how menacing you are, how skilled of a martial artist he had to be.
I'm just grasping.
To be jailed.
Yeah, we are all just grasping.
I'm just grasping. I would like to see more of Tenzin, just a little bit more.
Okay.
Jinora.
No.
I really like Jinora.
It was just the right amount of everything
like,
there.
I was gonna say pacing, but I feel like
the pacing was perfect.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find a pacing problem. I was like maybe a little too much time in Zaofu. Nope, that was perfect.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Maybe a little more time on Red Lotus. Nope, that was perfect. Everything was just.
I did feel though that midway they kind of stopped focusing on Zahir. They didn't ignore him because they were still trying to stop him, but they could have shown like a little bit more of him, I guess, because. It wasn't until like maybe the last 5 episodes that it was just kind of all him and then Avatar Korra.
I have one.
Oh, you got one?
I got one. It escaped me for a brief moment, but I remember I did mention that there's a character who makes a comeback from the other series, and oh no, it's getting away from me. I feel like they should have done more. I feel like they should have done more with that one character.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah.
I would have liked to see a little more just because he was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, pretty much. And we didn't get to see him fight so much.
Not really. Like
I don't think we needed
We
that,
didn't even
though.
see him punch fire. Just a nostalgia.
I mean, it's like you mentioned in the earlier series. You know that ship has sailed. Like we're not. This is Korra's story.
Like I said, I'm grasping here.
I like Zuko's dragon.
But I mean, it's not bad. Like we're
over here avoiding saying his name.
We don't want to say because we don't want to say. Yeah,
okay, Zuko.
They talk about him all the time. They talk about him still being alive all the time.
I guess.
I know.
But, I have another one. And it got away from me. No, it didn't. Okay, we got all like the season's mainly about the Airbenders coming back, and we got to focus on like the Airbenders in Republic City a bit, and the Airbenders in the Earth Kingdom. What about like the Fire Nation
and the Water Nations?
Yeah, what about the Earthbenders there? I mean the Airbenders there.
I think they're eventually gonna get there.
So I would have liked, and with Zuko making an appearance in this season, I feel like it was a missed opportunity to not go to the Fire Nation. To see what that place is like again.
Yeah, we saw the Fire Nation one time last season.
And it was like, a small island of the Fire Nation. It wasn't even like the actual Fire Nation itself.
And it didn't even explore it either. It was just kind of like, you're in a cave, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
The palace inside the volcano.
So yeah, I would have liked to have seen the Fire Nation, but like, this is... Like
we can assume like, for now that it was in good hands.
That's not even bad. That's just something that they didn't do. And that's not even a bad thing.
Yeah. No, it's not like, we're just really like... We're grasping.
Like, I really want to go back to the good.
Okay.
I don't know. So just to conclude the bad, I mean, we really don't have that many, and because there really wasn't that much to complain about.
I would say there's none.
Like, if you really
and if you're really nitpicky, if you're really like nitpicky, maybe you can find 1 or 2 things.
Even if you're one of those guys that says, "Oh, this grain of salt is a little too round," you're still gonna give you're gonna give this series this thing just like a perfect score.
Well.
I
hope my laugh wasn't too loud.
Probably, but it's fine. Ugly.
Just everyone comes back.
Like
I mean, if we didn't find anything for bad,
no, I have one for ugly.
Okay,
but it's on a meta level. It's nothing to do with the show, nothing to do with the writers. It's everything to do with the network.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
Royally.
What happened with the online
mishandled this season.
This season was the best season.
Imagine if this was on air, like how much more. I hope it would have gotten as much hype as I was watching. This was my first time seeing the series, so I mean that's my opinion. Yeah. I would have totally this would have probably, hopefully, gotten more viewers to kind of.
It would have.
Yeah.
I believe 100% that if they kept this on primetime, man, this would have raked in a lot.
Not the Friday night death slot.
Though. Like Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah. But the thing is, like Nick. Okay.
What are you doing,
Nickelodeon, what are you doing with this show?
They think they know comedy.
Oh gosh.
Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Sanjay and Craig, truly the hypest of material.
That cartoon is written by a biker stoner that does meth all the time. Did you know that? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Serious?
I didn't know that. But going back to why Nick is a huge ugly for this, and this may be weird to you.
It's really the only bad thing about the show.
It's really the only bad thing. Okay, so book 3, no advertisement. No advertisement. For it.
No.
They never even told us when the show was going to premiere until a week in advance.
I found out on Twitter.
Yeah.
From fans.
Yeah, and like we had to dig. The only reason why they even told people when the show was going to premiere was because the first 3 episodes got leaked in Spanish.
That's funny. Yeah.
And so Nick was like, "Okay, fine. It comes out next week." They're like, "Oh, okay."
Thanks.
And so with like no advertisement, barely an announced release date. The show premieres, gets in completely garbage views because of the lack of advertising. And so Nick's like, "What's with these garbage views? Why aren't we getting any views?"
They're trying to make a goldfish climb a tree.
Yeah. No, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to make a dog whose front paws they chopped off dig a hole. That's what they're trying to do. And oh my gosh, it's just not. You can't. You royally messed this dog over. Not only because of the fact that you didn't advertise this next book at all, but because you royally messed up the last book. You gave people that bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, a lot of people stopped watching after book 2.
Yeah, they gave up on the series, which is a shame because like you're hearing us right now. This is the best. This is easily on par, if not better, than some of the best that Last Airbender had to offer.
Like as big of a fan as Jalen was of Amon in book 1, after watching book 2, I had to I was telling him, dude, watch it. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's
I was reluctant to watch it.
Zakir is amazing.
And and like as like much as I'm praising this series, I'm glad I didn't watch it until the final day when all the episodes were out. And so I just sat there in front of my computer and I let it be absorbed into my brain. I bathed in it.
Let go of your earthly tether.
I let go of my earthly tether and I bathed in it. And like I still remember because like I remember you guys were going to be coming over later that day. Mm-hmm. You caught me immediately after I finished watching it. So you caught me kind of like my eyes were kind of red for being so glossy. You caught me with like all this hype that I had from the last episode, and it's just
OMG.
What a shame.
Oh really? Oh yeah, sorry.
What a shame that you moved the series to be online only.
Not to mention.
Now I understand. Now.
Wait, does the same hold true for season 4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, season 4 was online only. Online only.
I watched it on Hulu, I think.
And so, biggest problem with this, it's like I get it. I really do get it that this is the direction that media is moving in. People don't have time for TV anymore. TV is dying as a medium. Digital distribution is the way to go, I feel now.
Yeah,
and Nick did make that leap, made this digital distribution, but you know what? They did it wrong because their website is absolute garbage to watch videos on.
Yeah, I mean, at least port it to Netflix if they're gonna make it
Yeah,
digital distribution.
give it to Netflix if you're gonna do digital distribution. Give it to Hulu Plus. Give it, and you know what
Amazon.
they did do Amazon Prime. They did do Amazon Prime.
It is on Hulu Plus, but nothing to book for.
Nothing to book for.
No, it stops on book 3.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the only bad thing I can think of this show, and it's really a shame that they really they buried it underground and they hoped for it to come up. They're saying
they hope for people to
why
find
is
it.
this so why is this giving us garbage views? It's why what's your problem, Michael and Dante? It's not our problem. It's not our fault.
If this is on you,
You're too busy feeding SpongeBob. Shut up.
Yeah, Korra is that starving kid in the corner, and SpongeBob's that
fat guy,
that fat kid who used to be famous
and bullies people.
Who's slowly dying, but they still feed him.
A child star who is slowly dying, but they're still shoving hamburgers into his mouth.
Krabby Patties.
Probably needs to
Krabby Patties.
Krabby Patties.
You probably need to do the osteoporosis.
Not only that, but they're still doing Sanjay and Craig and Fanboy and Chum Chum. And
what the heck is that?
I mean, that's not to take away anything from the little kids growing up, because I mean,
no,
for the
for them, give them this.
The newer generation.
We don't want to
dumb as it is.
We don't want to scar them with big questions of life. And
no, you scar those kids. When I was a kid, you know what I saw? I saw Frieza get cut in half. I saw Shredder get his head cut off.
And that was cool.
That was awesome.
That was awesome, and those shows were just fun. It was just my
but you know that the focus nowadays is more like political ideas. Like, oh my god, man, I don't want my son being an inch of a conservative or whatever. And it's like, or the other vice versa. But I mean,
it's the parents.
But yeah, no, I mean a lot nowadays it's like. We're so desensitized to information, yet parents are still like, oh no, I don't want my son doing this. Oh no, I don't want my son doing that. And then yet,
they dumb them down to watch dumb shows.
It's like hypocritical. I probably want you to edit
That's why you never see any same-sex couples in kids shows.
And
which Disney has taken a bold move in a couple of its shows, but the bad thing is that they actually banned those episodes.
Oh really?
After being aired, yeah. Huh. And I thought it was like completely I thought it was like the. And that's because it got really good reviews. This is a little bit off subject, but this is just kind of like the ugly. And since we're on the subject of the media here, even though it is so common nowadays to see that kind of stuff, it's just hypocritical seeing it. Parents think oh no, I shouldn't be even though it's out in the world. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like that.
It's over sheltering.
Yeah, like I said, the whole same-sex marriage. I don't know if you know a show, Good Luck Charlie.
Yeah,
there was an episode where
I know what you're talking about.
The kid had a friend, and then the mom came, and then her other mom came, and they kind of explored a little bit into that.
Yeah.
And it got so many good reviews.
But after they cut it off.
But then that parent group had to complain to Disney,
and they cut it off.
And they banned that particular episode. It was never shown.
Hey, people, you know what? The entire world's not straight. I'm sorry. That's the fact of life. Gay people exist.
People live different lives. America isn't.
Anarchy!
America isn't the only country in the world.
The only true freedom is chaos.
We must restore the world to its natural order.
Yeah.
Hooray! Yeah, Nick just dropped.
And you know what? Aang was the last Airbender. Korra is the last intelligent Western action animated show that is hand-drawn.
Bender.
That is 2D.
Bender.
Hopefully we'll see something else, but I'm
not
seeing it.
When we're senior citizens.
We're probably not seeing that.
We had Young Justice that died. We had...
Injustice, oh my gosh.
Young Justice.
Young Justice. OMG.
We used to have Teen Titans that died a long time ago.
We used to have shows like Batman the Animated Series.
Even Chowder was
Gargoyles. Oh no, I'm talking action
shows that are on children's networks.
Yeah, sure. Star Wars Rebels is decent, but
my brother likes it.
It is good.
Yeah, it is.
But I want 2D. I'm sorry for sounding like an oldie fogey
like an
elitist who doesn't want 3D animation. That's fine and dandy, but I enjoy the simplicity and beauty.
It just looks
of a 2D animated show.
It just looks a little better to me.
Actually, yes,
because you can manipulate the colors more.
You're gonna put a shine on it.
it's more fluid. It doesn't look weird.
And it's just that it's much more impressive.
See
that a lot of these like fight sequences again is done in 2D. Like this just
it's amazing.
They're drawing them frame by frame. They're not dragging.
But they're still amazing.
Little models.
But they're still amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. So we got that.
Just look at that face.
We got that. Yeah, basically the only ugly. Nick dropped the ball. That's all you really need to say.
Great job to the writers. And even like in book 2, we'd see like the bad episodes we didn't like were written by certain people. And this one, it was almost all
They stepped up their game. The writers stepped up their game.
We rarely even saw Michael and Dante on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're not forgetting. I'm Alan, and I'm the one that thought that book 2 wasn't that bad. But just as a summary, it was.
But compared to this,
compared to that, it was way better.
It's garbage.
Okay, so let's go.
And oh my god, how the time passed by. Like, it was not book 2. It was not book 2. Like, hardcore. Like,
book 2.
I just wanted it to keep going, but it was like... That's why I'm so pumped for season 4 now. Because of what I expected. And, like, but what I hear from Jalen is that, you know, it still keeps on coming after season 3.
You'll see why.
Looking at each other
I don't think...
It's as good.
Spoiler alert, I don't think book 4 is as good as book 3.
It's definitely cool.
It's definitely good.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to our other things. Favorite episodes. This is going to be tough.
Which one's the one where the Zahir starts attacking the...
Well, I'll pass it around after I pick mine. I'm going to have to go with the finale, Venom of the Red Lotus, which is incredible because... which is incredible because, like, you've heard me complain about the finales in the past 2 seasons, and usually, like, that's the thing about finales, they almost never live up to your expectations. This finale did. This finale, we got some of the best action we've ever seen in Avatar. We got some of the best character moments. We got an absolutely incredibly memorable ending that will just stay with you.
Well executed.
Scars you a little bit.
And just like when I first watched it, that final scene with Jinora kind of made me tear up because
with her being
with her ceremony. In other words,
and the very very last frame before they cut off.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
What an image to end
that character development kind of like because of the character development it hits you that much harder.
Yeah, because of the fact that you grew to really like that character.
Zahir. Just socking it. Literally.
I already know mine.
Okay, you want to go with yours then?
Yeah. Okay, so this one isn't part of the main...
Hold on. Do you know yours?
I think so.
Okay, well, I'll let you take a look at the pamphlet. Do you know yours? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, you can go, Alan. Just make sure.
Okay, so this one wasn't part of the main plot, but I just feel like it kind of makes that reflection. You know, sometimes we also have to care about the side characters in a sense, or like how much they affect the story.
Definitely.
So
Old Wounds was going to be my second choice.
Old Wounds was one of my favorite episodes, and it's kind of like I said, it touches on the sibling rivalry of a lot of our characters, and I just feel like going into Lynn's past is like a huge up for me.
We learned so much about her.
Yeah, exactly.
How she gets that scar.
Yeah,
and we see Toph.
And like I said, like it's kind of reflect. Like if you have any siblings, you also know. You know, there's always like, even though you're either close of age or like far of age, there's always like this level of how would I say it? Like
rivalry.
Yeah, like just a rivalry in a sense, and it's kind of sad, like how much, stuff happened in the Beifong family. Yeah. And not just the sisters, but Toph herself.
Toph, yeah. Exactly. I love how they mention Toph grew up in a really strict household, which she did. If you remember the last Airbender,
the
like
pig with the wings.
Yeah. She grew up in a really strict household.
And then you kind of see that contrast between how they grew up, the sisters.
With too much freedom.
Yeah.
And
led them down different paths.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing because it just hammers in the point that these characters are human.
Yeah.
They're not perfect. Like with like how we learned Aang wasn't the perfect parent.
It's the same thing with
thing with Toph here. Oh, and another interesting tidbit that's amazing to happen in a kid show. Lin and Sue are half sisters.
Oh yeah,
they don't know their dads.
They don't know their dads.
Top's such a naughty dog.
So that kind of so that kind of just adds to the whole family drama in a sense, and it's not a bad thing. It's just completely. The chair squeaked.
It really.
It's alright.
But yeah, it's just like I really enjoyed seeing that aspect, and like what happens in the end is very satisfying, and I teared up a bit, like just kind of seeing that.
Yeah, this
And then my minor nuisance. Hopefully, I'll get to talk about it in the spoiler cast. But like, yeah, it's just like I just felt a lot for Lynn because I could relate to her because I'm real hot tempered sometimes when it comes to like fighting with siblings, and it's just kind of that how much they suffered, and then in the end like how pretty much the closer after these big fights, the closer you are
closer,
after them. Yeah,
almost all of these episodes had me welling up at least a little bit.
I'm trying to think of one that wouldn't, but yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, like each one had its own little message, and it was really cool.
All right, you want to talk about your favorite episode, Isaiah?
Sure. I really like the ultimatum. That has to be hands down my favorite episode of Avatar probably ever.
Are you sure it's not the one before?
Or the one where Zahir attacks the Air Nation.
Okay, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, it's one right after Long Live the Queen. Yeah, so the ultimatum is the one where Zahir starts putting his plan into motion, and I really like this episode because I saw the parallel between Amon's revolution starting and then Zahir's attack starting because they're both just huge waves, but Zahir's is in a smaller way. Like instead of bombing the city, he's threatening an entire civilization, a small one but a giant one, and you really see what these characters are capable of. And like just watching Zahir just beat everyone and fight, and watching them fight. Yeah, just watching these fights was really awesome.
Yeah, the fights in this episode, like it's Tenzin's family versus the Red Lotus, and it's intense. It really is intense. And the reason why I thought you were talking about the previous episode is because it's another really strong episode. Or you know what? I'm gonna let you say your favorite episode.
I think it's Enter the Void, where they
okay,
capture.
Never mind, because I was going to reference another episode. But go on.
Where they capture Korra to take away her.
Bending. Amon her.
Amon her.
They're not. That's not the thing. Okay.
You're gonna take your Amon.
I'm trying to find a way to say it without. I'm trying to find a way to say it without.
Remember, this was the penultimate episode to the finale.
Yeah. It's because I'm trying to find a way without revealing anything, because I was gonna ask Isaiah like why was she having that weird I guess hallucination?
Which one?
It's
pretty much
because of the thing.
It was a hit and miss for me.
It's pretty much all spoiler.
Yeah, pretty much everything that you're gonna say is all spoiler. But no, like you know what? I'll just talk about Long Live the Queen here.
That's probably my second favorite episode.
Yeah, going back to what you said about the comparisons to Amon. Mm-hmm. Amon took Republic City by force. Zahir let the people do it.
Yeah.
He was, like I said, that Bane comparison holds. Take Bossing say, take control. Take control of your kingdom.
And boy, did they take control.
Yeah. Like, I either wanted to pick Long Live the Queen or the Ultimatum, but I went with the Ultimatum because I really like Zahir's character and I really like his fighting style. And I really like seeing him fight.
Yeah,
and I really like the Red Lotus.
The Tenzin versus Zahir fight was
pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was really cool to watch.
That was really cool. Watching two airbending masters go at it. Like
I wouldn't say master for Zahir.
Because Zahir just got it from.
I mean, not master.
I know,
in the
he would not have pulled through without.
He wouldn't have done that.
Like you saw that Tenzin was Grandmaster Tenzin
was beating him, but I mean, I feel like if Zahir did become an air nomad with Tenzin, I feel like he could easily surpass Tenzin.
Yeah,
because he's just raw talent, and his spiritual level are just.
Yeah, I'd give you that. Like he probably would.
Gigantic.
Yeah. No, I understand that point of view, but the thing is, like, Zahir just got his air.
Yeah, like probably a week or two ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, really impressive too.
Yeah, it was really cool seeing them fight.
Okay, we got our favorite episode, least favorite episode. And I don't know mine.
It's not because they're bad. It's just ones that we weren't.
It's not that we're gonna pick the worst of the worst. We're picking the worst of the best, or like the least best of the best. In other words,
it's like trying to find that piece of gold with the most patina on it.
People and analogies.
I like analogies.
Yeah.
Aren't you in university, Doug?
It's like trying to find the worst name.
If I had to choose one, it would probably be Original Airbenders. And that's a really tough choice for me to make because ultimately I really do like that episode. But out of all these other ones, it's the one that I guess
it probably just didn't offer as much as.
No, it offered a ton, but it's just like personally, like I enjoyed the other episodes more. Probably because it was one that didn't have like the Red Lotus in it or like that looming sense, since it was more about the Airbenders. So yeah, I guess that would be my pick.
I would probably have to second that just because I love all the other episodes because all the other episodes have like the Metal Clan that was really interesting, and the like the Red Lotus was really awesome, and I'd probably have to go with Original Airbenders only because the threat was really small. It was definitely a fun episode. It was really cool seeing the Airbenders grow and do all that stuff, mature, find their passion for it. I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I really do like that episode.
It's funny, like, we're, like, picking it as our least favorite episode, but we're still here praising it.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of picking it, I guess.
Yeah, just for the sake of keeping, like, the natural order of this discussion.
Like, it wasn't a very serious episode. That's probably why I'd have to pick it within this whole, like, entire just gold mine.
I guess the main physical conflict of that episode did not appeal to me as much as like the other ones. Whereas like in some of the episodes that focused like on the Earth Kingdom and its problems, it focused on the Earth Kingdom and its problems, and like just how corrupt the Earth Queen was. Here, bison poachers.
Yeah, and it was really cool seeing the Airbenders rally together after being marauded by Tenzin and seeing some of the fights and stuff. Like, it was definitely a good episode.
Yeah,
definitely a good episode. It was, I'd probably, like, it's my least favorite episode only because I have to pick one.
Only because we have to pick one. We're picking this one.
Like, I'd give every other episode a 10 and that one a 9.
Yeah, I will follow that same movement as well, and I pretty much agree with you, but just for the sake of being...
The unique snowflake?
No, not the unique snowflake.
Unique snowflake.
Oh, speaking of unique...
Just because I enjoyed it so much, I just hated seeing Korra that way, like the feels, just because of the feels.
Oh, okay.
I would just pick the last episode.
Okay.
The feels.
Homegirl Korra.
Okay.
Yeah,
Try.
It broke my heart.
It broke my heart, exactly.
Like, why?
I was about to say, speaking of unique snowflake.
Oh, what was the name of the episode? Just to call
which one?
Venom
of the Red Lotus? Which is the one I picked as my favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, let's go. You and me right now.
1v1 me.
1v1 me. I'll take your breath.
IRL.
Yeah, speaking of unique snowflake, Servando's not here, so
yeah.
I don't know if you all know.
He just had to be the unique snowflake and not be here.
Yeah, he probably won't be here for the next one either, since I'm not gonna let him watch book 4 without having seen book 3. Ha!
I don't know. He told me he was
book,
gonna.
Book 4 really leans on
like
book 3.
watch.
Like the events of book 4 wouldn't have happened for book 3.
I really like book 4.
Yeah, me too.
There's some I had
really
issues.
Really thinking about it.
I had issues with it at first, but now that I'm looking back on it.
Yeah, it's really good.
And maybe tomorrow, we'll see. But we're already thinking ahead. You, Ian.
Probably Long Live the Queen, only because, as the description says, they get stranded in the desert.
Yeah, that's a really good episode, though.
I know, but it's to me, I don't know why, when they get stuck in the desert.
I can see that, it took a little bit on the desert.
No, but that helped build upon the Korra Asami dynamic.
Oh, okay. It dragged me up a bit.
It's just that part was kind of boring. I do agree on that part.
Sad shark, spoiler alert.
No. I'll die with this ship.
There's a monster hunter favorite character.
Yeah, favorite character.
Or let's start with least favorite character.
Okay, yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Least favorite character in this show.
Oh, the that guy who looks like he came out from like Street Fighter or something. What's his
Ryu?
face? No. The soothsayer. That's how they can remember.
The truth.
Oh, the truth sayer.
Yahweh.
Yeah, no,
I win.
We're Mexican, so
Hispanic. No.
Hispanic, but either way.
Same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Any reason why, or?
I don't know.
I
His
think he
character
could have been a good villain only because like he can mess with your mind just by knowing truth or lies.
Nah, he was just the biggest plot device.
He was a plot device.
He was just a plot device.
His character annoyed me.
Even though he was a plot device, he was a good character.
Yeah.
I had fun with him.
But it's not even so much as like he was a bad character. It was just,
no, but he just annoyed.
Like in last season.
Contribute anything, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, Alan, your least favorite character?
I don't know. I really liked everyone.
Yeah.
Nah, I picked me.
I forgot about him, honestly.
I know. Well, yeah. I guess I would agree with Ian. He really he was just a.
I did forget about him, but I have a different choice.
I'd want to say like Opal or
No, I'm kidding.
Opal?
Opal?
Yeah, no, maybe not her. No,
Opal?
She wasn't. Yeah, I'll just agree with you.
And not even like for the fact, like my character's not even for the fact that it was poorly written, but my character's for the fact that it was written in such a good way. Like, what a good way to aggravate you. The Earth Queen.
Oh my God! I should have said that.
Yeah, what a really aggravating.
But then
character.
That means she did her job, though.
Yeah,
she
did her job.
Yeah, she was supposed to be aggravating. So I wouldn't say
She ate Bosco.
They said that was a rumor.
The only bear. The only just regular bear.
They said that was a rumor, though.
No, yeah, Bosco.
You believe
rumor, dude.
Bosco, why?
Where's Bosco? You've never seen the Earth Queen and Bosco in the same room together.
Maybe the Earth Queen is Bosco. Okay, so that's my choice. Yours, Al?
I don't know, man. It's hard.
You're gonna go with the Truth Sayer too, or?
I want to.
What, you want to be the Servando?
Yeah. Janora. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
No, yeah.
No, Servando would pick Janora.
Maybe Skrillex.
Skrillex.
No, Skrillex was hilarious.
What banana? I don't know. Probably just.
Spoiler alert: Skrillex is in the movie.
Opal?
I mean, in the series.
I like Opal's character. I really do. Just only for the reason that I have to pick someone.
Okay, but...
And she didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
She didn't really do anything, and everyone that mattered kind of did something. Even Sue's twin boys, they fought. Opal didn't really fight.
I can't remember their names to save my life.
It was something way.
There was like 5 kids, so I think you're excused.
Yeah,
yeah. Like they're not irrelevant. They're just not relevant. And the twins, they shined in their fighting, and they were really cool to see. Their little power disc game they made up, that was really cool. Just Opal didn't really do anything. Iway was a really good plot device.
Well, that's because she wasn't a bender. Not to mention she just also had
the husband and the other son.
Yeah, but that's still. I'm just grasping, man. I really liked all the characters. I liked Iway.
I said, there wasn't any bad
I liked Iway only for the fact that he was a really good plot device, and because seeing his dynamic was really cool, like the whole Truth Sayer thing.
Hey, you know how you just mentioned like Opal was the only kid that didn't really do anything?
Well, the
Batar Junior, wow, you.
Yeah, but they don't know.
I know.
Who?
No, nothing. We'll talk about it next season.
Season 4.
Yeah. All right. So Ian. No, you already said yours. I said mine. Okay. Favorite character. Let's go around. Favorite character.
I'm last.
You want to go last? Anyone want to go first?
I mean, I'll just straight up and say it. Just because I like I said. When I said least favorite episode, because I saw...
Yeah, because that's my choice too. Korra is my favorite character.
Korra's my favorite one, yeah.
She grew so much, and it's just...
So much character development. You see her grow. She grew up.
She grew up, especially compared to last season.
Mm-hmm. Even first season.
And just like that, huge. Oh my God, the final fight struggle that she had to go through. Oh my God.
Yeah, the final fight was intense.
She couldn't keep the Super Saiyan.
Like... I don't think
Kaioken!
Nothing Aang went through compared.
Yeah, not
well, I mean, getting shot by lightning was pretty bad.
That was pretty. But terrible.
Still, like fighting two things at once.
Actually, no, I would agree with that. Aang's fight.
With Azula.
Yeah, but like he wasn't like freaking what happened to Korra was I don't think it ever happened to Aang.
No, it didn't. Korra has had to go through so much.
Yeah, on two fronts.
Two fronts.
Like Aang's more was like an inner struggle more than anything.
Inner and outer, like.
But Korra, like both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Yeah, Korra's definitely like I agree with Alan there for all the reasons he just said. Korra's my favorite character of the season, so that just leaves you, Ian.
Oh, did I say the same?
Well, you see, he wanted to go last.
Yeah.
Because I know who you're gonna pick. Fat boy.
Man. My name is Korra.
Yeah. Probably Opal.
Opal. As your favorite, really?
Yeah. She's shut up.
She's white.
She's I like her relationship with Brolin.
She's adorable.
Brolin.
So you like? Yeah, I was gonna. What are the cute nicknames that you can make out of Bolin and Opal?
Bropal.
Bopal. Bopal's a good.
Bopalin.
Open.
Yeah, Ian likes Bopal.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the ship name.
The ship name.
Bopal.
Bopal.
Boopal.
Open.
Open.
Open. Open. That would be a good one.
I mean, like Opalin.
Yeah, Ian's a fan of Open.
Open.
Why do you like Opal? Just because she's top tier waifu material?
Maybe.
Because she's so cute.
Yes. See, it's first of that's
actually she
almost all
dude
every single female.
Every single female.
Now that I see it, she kind of looks like this little elementary crush that Ian had when we were in elementary.
Oh,
too deep for you.
I thought you were gonna say recently. I was like Ian.
I keep mentioning her, but he doesn't remember her.
I don't.
It was like another little Ian with glasses.
Alright, so my turn.
Everyone knows that the best ship is Nagu.
Nagu and Papu.
or Marf. Mako and Scarf.
Mascot.
Wait, but that ship is sold because he had to get
okay.
No, he broke someone else's heart.
No, that ship burned.
My favorite character is my fanboy favorite is Zahir. He was so awesome. Like, I don't think the show, like, this season would not have been the same without him.
He's your Amon.
He's my Amon. He's my
everything.
Yeah. Instead of I will destroy your avatar, it's let go your wrestling tether.
Yeah.
Become one.
No, it was
become one with me.
No, for Amon, like my favorite line for him was "I am the solution."
I'm the solution. I don't know what my favorite line for Zahir is. I just loved seeing him on the screen, and I really like seeing him fight. Like his martial arts was really on point for me.
Yeah.
I
will tell you this: one particular spoiler left bruises on my arm because of Jalen.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Are you about to release your EX move or something?
I like his philosophy. I like watching him because he's that old guru type of sage thing. Yeah. But he's on the enemy side instead of the good side, which is pretty different for me. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just really like seeing his character.
Oh my god.
Really,
I like him better when
I
he was
mentioned
scary.
it too. Like, what was more scary is that his philosophies were reflective of an air nomad.
Yeah.
Like, what is pretty much established is that these guys are like the most down-to-earth kind of like farmer slash
they're monks. They're monks.
Yeah, they're monks, and they're like
they don't like stepping on ants. It's
what's really well, that's what I was saying. Like that's the scary part is that he got his purpose from an air nomad.
It makes sense because like the air nomads are all about freedom, and governments are just oppress that. So
Zahir's anarchy.
It's scary.
I mean, it's
spoopy.
It's the extreme side, and I guess he's a radical extremist, and that's what I like about him.
So, like, basically, what you like about Zahir is what I like about Amon.
Yeah.
But Amon's like Magneto.
Like if Amon and Zahir teamed up, no one in the world could
Bane with
Joker.
Bane with Joker.
Yeah, a little
Bane and Joker. If Amon and Zahir teamed up, no one in the world could stop them.
No, I thought it was Ultron.
Dude, like, could you imagine the conversations between the two? Like,
equality,
anarchy, the mind bending.
That's basically what it would be. I would be Plea at the end of the series.
Dude, some of the deaths in this season were pretty brutal.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why I said it was definitely one of the darkest seasons.
So I think one of them was like my favorite.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, book 2 and 1 are TVY7, and I was looking at
this one's R18.
They re-rated it to be PG.
See, I told you,
TVY7 is less than PG.
Yeah.
Bringing up the rating makes it a lot.
What's TVY7? Just 7 years?
Yeah, 7-year-olds or older.
And PG?
PG.
General audience.
General audience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why.
So
but still, though.
it just takes off that cap a little bit and allows for more to happen.
But I don't think they wrote it as like TV PG. It just
they kind of just kept it the same. I think the reason that they moved it from PG from Y7 to PG is because they put it online.
Yeah.
So like less kids would see it anyway.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't think kids watch the show anyway.
Yeah, like
no, I don't think they even know it exists.
Yeah.
Like all the kids nowadays haven't seen like Avatar. Some of my cousins have, but they don't even really like it.
I hope they catch on though, because like it took me. I think I mentioned
it's
it. All of Avatar, all of Last Airbender was finished before I even got into the series.
I saw the first episode.
It's gonna be like Gargoyles and Batman the Animated Series, where it's not really appreciated until it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the first episode of Avatar Last Airbender, and I saw the final episode the day it came out.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't really keep up with the series until about 3 years ago. So all right, we covered the basis on that.
Spoilers.
So overall,
I give 5.
Final thoughts on the season.
It's a really good bridge from book 2 to book 4. From book 2, book 3, and book 4 really connect well.
Yeah, the thing is with book 2, it's like I don't even say it's a bridge. It's so much like a ferry getting you off a burning island.
Yeah,
you got thrown into the Sarlacc pit.
I just feel like book 3 redeemed book 2 just a little bit because
I still think book 2 is awful.
It's still awful. It's still terrible, but the events that happened in book 2 set up book 3 perfectly.
It's so jarring that these two seasons are like right next to each other.
Yeah. Like, why?
Well, I mean, I think it makes it that much more.
It makes it that much more appreciated. Yeah, like let's take a look at the first. Let's take a look at the name of the first episode. A Breath of Fresh Air.
Well, by golly.
By golly gee. All right, so I believe
that's just like we're sorry.
Yeah.
Let's start over. Let's be friends again.
Here, I brought you these flowers. All right, so that concludes this discussion. We'll see you next time for Book 4, Balance, and all hail the Great Uniter.
Yay! I'm Alan